Hello everyone, my name is Fireheart and welcome to today's video where we will discuss which character of the version 3.2 you should wish for. Starting off with my personal choice for wishing, the Dendro Archon, Nahida. Our little Archon will arrive to us at the first banner of the 3.2 update, and with her competition for Dendro characters as we have now, I say if you want to take Dendro reactions seriously, Nahida is a must-have. She is a great Dendro applicator, an off-field DPS, and a buffer. Not only she gives you 25% of the party's highest elemental mastery as a bonus, but depending on her teammates, she gives you extra buffs. Let's quickly revise these buffs. Having Hydro in your party extends the duration of Shrine of Maya. For Pyro, it increases Trikarma Purification's damage, and having Electro in the party decreases the interval of Trikarma Purification. Just as a reminder, Trikarma Purification is the name of her off-field damage that is triggered when your party members deal damage through elemental reactions. As for her weapons, she has a wide array of choices. The most popular ones will be the 3-star magic guide for Hydro and Electro involved reactions, the Mappa Mirror for a mix of elemental mastery and extra damage, and Sacrificial Fragments for pure static high elemental mastery. And her signature weapon, 1000 Floating Dreams, will of course be best for her. My reasons for getting Kusanali is that other Dendro options are not close to her level. Colet's burst AoE and duration are too short, and the Traveler's burst costs a lot, and you can't apply pyro to the burst or it will explode. I don't consider Tighnari being the same ballpark here because he's more of a DPS character. Now onto one of the units that I already got it in the past, the Queen of Summer on Narukami Island, Yoimiya. Our fireworks expert is getting her rerun right after she already had one in 2.8, so I don't know how many people will go for her. But the way to see Yoimiya is that she is one of the best units to deal single target damage. That makes her great for defeating bosses, be it on the overworld or in the Spiral Abyss. Her weapon choices are pretty straightforward, with the 3-star R5 Slingshot Bow being a great budget option, surpassing even some 4-star options, which is surpassed by R3 or higher Rust, and of course her signature weapon Thundering Pulse being the best in slot. For her playstyle and artifacts there are two schools of thought. Using 4-piece Shiminawa and never using her elemental burst, leveling only normal attacks and skill, or using 2-piece Crimson Witch and 2-piece generic 18% attack bonus, leveling all 3 talents, which is the one that I personally use because it is more fun, with not a lot of difference between both of them in terms of damage. For her teammates, although Yue has a weird ICD, she still prefers Vaporize reactions, and to give her a small amount of AoE, Electro characters like Yae, Raiden, Fischl or Beidou are also good options. For the final team member, a shielder like Diona or Zhongli is a great fit, and you could substitute the Electro character for Bennett for even more vaporized damage. Now going over to the second half of the 3.2 banner, starting off with the Kitsune of the Great Narukami Shrine, Yae Miko. Yae Miko is an off-field DPS with high Electro application and a high burst cost. However, you mostly use her for her skill, and it is not advised to chase energy recharge for her, but take whatever you can get. Her weapon choices are mostly any DPS based. For beginners, a 3-star option you can use is the Emerald Orb, but as soon as you get one, you should use the Widsith or the Solar Pearl. And as a general basis, all 5-star DPS catalysts will work better than the 4 stars, with the signature Kagura's Verity being best in slot and is a great weapon in general. For her artifacts, you can go for the off-field DPS route with Thundering Pulse and a mix of generic plus 18% attack, depending in your team composition. Or you could just use Yae with something like 4-piece Tenacity plus R5 Thrilling Tales of Dragon Slayers for full support Yae. She is usually paired with an electro DPS like Raiden, Kitchen or Sino, or used as a general support for Hyper Bloom or even physical compositions to trigger superconduct, especially with Eula. Together with the pink hair Kitsune, we have the number 11th of the Fatui Harbingers, Tartaglia, on his 4th rerun. However, as time passes, this Harbinger has been getting more and more competition. To be more specific, his biggest competition is Ayato, and now we also have Nilo, which doesn't precisely need to be on-field DPS as the two, but she can play the part in her Bloom team niche. But he can use basically any DPS 5-star bow with proficiency, from the standard banner bows to his signature weapon, the Polar Star. When it comes to a choice of weapons, Tartaglia has a lot of them. He has an artifact set that is without doubt the best in slot for him, the Heart of Depth. Just remember that when leveling his talents, prioritize skill over burst, and you basically don't need to level his normal attacks, since his damage comes from his elemental skill multipliers. For team compositions, Childe also has a lot of choices. From the national team composition with Xiangling, Bennett, and the animal for grouping enemies, to taser compositions with an electro off-field applicator and animal for grouping too, to the newer ones using Dendro such as Hyper Bloom, which I have been testing him with Zhongli, Dendro Traveler and Raiden Shogun, with a good level of success, but it's clear that his national variation is usually the one who outputs the most damage in most cases. In conclusion, if I were to rate which characters would I get if I had none of them, I would put Kusanali as number 1, Yoimiya as number 2. Yae and Childe I feel like are in the similar power level, so I would pick Tartaglia if I needed a main DPS and Yae if I needed an off-field DPS, tying them to the 3rd position. One thing that I know in comparison to them though, since I have Tartaglia, at least I know that he is fun to play. That is all for this video, thank you for watching, subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this, like the video if you did so, and comment what you think down below. But as always, I'll see you in the next video.